My name is Sen Liu. I'm from Seven Dimension Biotechnology. Also, I'm working in Chinese Neurodegenerative Disease Association. And first of all, I would like to thank Kevin and Julian inviting me here. Actually, I don't think I'm qualified to talk here in front of so many outstanding scientists and successful entrepreneurs. Julian encouraged me to share some of my thoughts and ideas, but still I'm a little nervous, but I will first start with why I started working in this area, neurodegenerative disease. And many years ago, when I was a young child, I was trained for martial arts for self-defense. So my head was hit several times and get brain concussion. When I studied medicine, I'm a clinician. I'm a little worried about whether I may develop Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. So therefore, I went to a very high-rank Lama, a Buddhist guru. He's very high level, and people think he's a living Buddha, like a God living together with us. I asked him, is there any way I can not suffer this Alzheimer or any age-related disease? He thought a while, and he told me, yes, I can change your path and maybe delete last part of your life. You can live happily, healthily until 108 without any problem. I was so happy. But he told me then, you need to do something. You need to relieve at least 100,000 people from suffering and pain. Then you'll be able to do that. So that's the beginning. First of all, I will and I will first share some data because I'm working within China, and basically we have two missions. One is we assemble and organize the elite forces in diagnostics for Alzheimer's disease, and all the best technology platform. We in collaboration to introduce them in China. We make it work with the China FDA, Ministry of Health, also with the Chinese Neuro Association. We have more than 200 hospitals, AAA hospital, best hospital in China. Also 3,500 neurologists in each province. We have 31 provinces totally in China. And because it's a narrow field, not like infectious disease or oncology, so many physicians, different hospitals, they're all working in that area. But for neurology, it's quite narrow. Also, in the past 20 years, there are almost no very good diagnostic technology or effective treatment. So most people neglect this area. Only in the recent 10 years, because of the Alzheimer drug or other development, for example, Quanterix, Simoa, people see the lights, see the hope. Then it becomes very crowded in the front door, but maybe cannot go through from the front door. And so this is one of our mission. We are now in collaboration with the China FDA, also Ministry of Health and Neurology Society to set up most advanced reference lab. This lab equipped with all available technology assays. No matter how many companies work outside of China, but within China, we are the only gateway. We put all the sources together, set up this lab, working closely with the government, also with the medical society, patients, pharmaceutical world. So we want to set up a really high-class lab. This can provide a service to pharmaceutical, also to validate existing kids and to develop next generation of the products. Another mission is we ourselves have a small research group working on the new Alzheimer drug. This drug is totally different from the current drug available or in development, not working on beta amyloid, not working on tau. We took the different approach. But so far, we get some preliminary data from animal, and we need to repeat to validate it again and again to make sure the data are reliable. So probably in the next 10 to 12 months, I will be able to release the data. But now it's better I'm not talking. This morning we heard the story about the fraud, other companies, so I have to be really careful to make sure we are ourselves convinced by the data. Then we'll be able to share with you. And I believe this will be a right approach because it's working on the upper stream of the disease, and that might be the real cause. So now I quickly go through some of the slides. I think I realize I'm the only Chinese here in the audience and the speakers. In many biotechnology meetings, no matter in which part of the world, there are always a large percentage of Chinese scientists or Chinese people. Today, I'm the only one. So I would like to share some of the market information for the physicians as well as the industry, because even for the physicians, if you do the research, I think at the very beginning, or scientists, we have to know who's the potential user and where this technology will be used. In this way, in the very early stage, your idea, inputs, can really help the products to develop efficiently and timely. Otherwise, before, some really big company, after they finish all the products, they're thinking to put into the second biggest market in the world, then there's a problem, because from the very beginning, genotypes, also the regulations, everything, you have obstacles. Then if you redo it, will be 3-5 years, then this generation of the product will be outdated, because for now, the timing is the most valuable thing. So, and population of China, everybody know, 1.4 billion people, and we now get quite a slow growth rate, and these are the aging population. This is very important. So for now, we already have more than 200 million people above age of 60. So you can calculate the similar prevalence of Alzheimer's in China as that in Europe and America. In 2035 will be more than 300 million. This huge number, almost the population of the United States. So therefore, the market is huge. Also, because of the economy development. For example, 30 years ago, China was a very poor country. Even you have a drug, you have technology, the country just cannot afford it. Useless. But now, the economy is really good. And last year, even because of many complicated reasons, trade war, economy, recession, but still we have almost a 6% increase. Because of the large volume, the increase of last year is already more than 1 trillion American dollars 1 year of last year. So you can see the key cities in the past 20 years, the economy is really increasing, infrastructure, everything. And you look at the number of middle class people, for now is already more than 100 million. So in the future will be, again, even middle class will surpass the total population of United States. This means market. And with all the technology development in China, last week, November 11th, single day sales on Alibaba e-commerce is 38 billion US dollars. 1 day sales. All these means the Costco opened their first store in Shanghai, only half day. Everything on the shelf sold out. And but it's a changing society because of the development of the economy, also living standard, urbanization, globalization, everything the Western country went through, we have it. All the problem you had in Europe, America, we have it. But some problem you don't have, we also have it. And like pollution, everything. So we have more problems. Big market, developing economy, which means huge market. I think every people should think about this market when they doing development or before you have some ideas. You have to think about 1.4 billion people there. Not talking about making money there. These people need help. So young generation in China almost similar like in American young people. Same clothes, same way of thinking, doing exactly the same thing. Also for disease, many years ago, like HIV, HBV thing, my time is running. So I will be quickly go through these numbers. For the hospitals, we have different levels, many hospitals, but if you come to per 1,000 people, doctor number, nurses number, very, very low. And big hospitals, well equipped, and but very crowded. You see the waiting room like supermarket or train station. My friend, the president of Cedars-Sinai Hospital from LA, he asked me, how can you people tolerate such condition for Medicare, but people no choice. This is the situation. There, the county level hospital, also village level, big difference. Therefore, the market needs is different between US, Europe and China. Even Chinese GDP is the second in the world, but if you come up to individual per person, we are still far behind advanced countries. For the budget for healthcare, very small, less than 5%, which means big potential, big market. So the needs. And we need good doctors and nurses. This is why many American good hospitals, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland, Cedars-Sinai, they all have planned to set up hospitals in China. They also need this kind of good system like a Simoa, Quanterix technology to equip the hospital. Also standardize the diagnostic guideline, everything. And precision medicine in China, even important, because for the good doctor, it's important to make appointment with one patient several times. In one visit, you have to solve everything because they are so busy. Therefore, precision medicine is so important in China, even more important in the United States and Europe. Less than 1 minute, I have to quick. So the slides, I think the organizer, Amy, and other people, they have it. If anybody want, you can obtain some registration tricks because of the tough regulation applied by China FDA last year. Therefore, the total registration number dropped significantly. Also, there's a fast track registration for innovative products, but very tricky. If you need to get into that track, probably you can contact Kevin or Julian or me. We can give you really good consultation, help you, free consultation to help you to bring the best technology into China to help the people there. And that's our job association do. So, and I will very quickly, running out of the time, strategy and for different needs. From patient point of view, they want to cure. If cannot cure, feel better, less pain, less cost. For doctors, they have different perspective. For government, I think every government in the world, they want to spend less money to solve big problems of the society. All the same, technology is important, like Simoa system, doing a large number of screening, very sensitive. If you do really massive production of the assay, the cost could be really low. That could be some tools which government will prefer. We will soon conduct a survey with 100,000 people in north of China. I already list the Simoa system as the tool for this study. Hopefully very soon we can work with Julian and other people working out the proposal for this kind of study. Also for suggestions, future needs. Time is up, so I need to really quickly and a few words on this is an old Chinese story. In a container made by porcelain and pottery full of water, one child fell into it, almost drowned. All the adults either take ladders to climb or ropes to fetch this child out. One very intelligent child, he just break the container. So everything solved. This is something like last night, the magic performance, out of the box thinking. And this also come to our new drug. We took totally different approach. I think that will work. So, and for example, like if you want to build house for the future in space, or the first picture is the imagination of the palace for God above the clouds. They live in that kind of building. And for making this kind of construction, it's impossible you do it with the classic carpentry. For example, if you're talking about the brain-machine interface, you drill a hole back of your skull, put a wire into it. That's not the way, because invasive way will never work. Should be a different way. So even for very simple organ, thumb, so far with all the technology, you cannot really make a thumb as good as the natural one. How can you make a brain or liver or lung? Because the human body is so sophisticated that God designed it with the simple tools in this 3 dimension. It's difficult to solve, but it doesn't mean we just sleep on the beach, wait someday we have the tool. Still we need to work, and towards that direction, hard work. This is why for 7-dimension solution, our solution is to, we use some unique approach from the future. 7-dimension to solve the problem in this 3-dimension. I hope it's not a dream. In a 1 year period, we'll be able to share some data with you. So sorry, I will stop here. Thank you. Thank you.